normal line to f of theta. And f of theta is sine squared theta when theta is blah, blah, blah. So remember, it's written like that, but that means sine of theta squared. So we have an outer function, which is that squared. And then we have an inner function. Oh, that the door, yeah. That's better. So, and we have an inner function, which is sine. So we're going to first, if you're trying to find slope, then I know I have to do the derivative. So f prime of theta. What do I take the derivative of first? Yeah, the squared part. So I put the 2 out in front. I leave the sine of theta, and then it's just raised to the first power because I got to lower it by 1. Then I times it by the derivative of what's inside. What's the derivative? Sorry, say it again. Cosine, yeah. So there's the derivative of f of theta. So now I can plug in 3 pi over 4. I get 2 times the sine of 3 pi over 4 times the cosine of 3 pi over 4. Remember to quickly change 3 pi over 4 into degrees. I can just replace pi with 180. Let's see, 4 goes into 180 45 times. 3 times 45 is 135. So 135. Looks like that. So that's really this triangle, which, yeah, this reference angle is 45. So it's a 45, 45, 90. So how do the sides go? What are they?
1, 1 squared.
1, 1 squared root of 2. And since it's to the left, though, I'm going to make it negative 1, positive 1, and then the hypotenuse is always positive. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So that's 1 over the square root of 2. And in calculus, it's fine to have square root on bottom. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So it's negative 1 over square root of 2. So multiplying that out, get negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. Are we done?
No.
The fact that I asked, are we done, means no. But what are we supposed to do?
You just want to it in a
Say that.
Find the slope of the
I gotta find the slope of the normal line. I found the slope of the regular line. It's negative 1.
Don't say regular. Regular and normal is too similar.
I found the slope of the tangent line. Now let's find the slope of the normal line to that tangent line. So what do I have to do? Flip and change the sign. So it's really just positive one.
I was like, regular and normal is too close to the same word. I can't.
I gotcha. That makes sense. Not a problem. I get you. Okay, so now we're going to practice that chain rule. Why don't y'all do this first one? Do it. It's very, very similar to the first one we did. I was about to freak out and say, where's my MacBook? It's recording. Yeah, you don't have to multiply it all out. Only reason if you did, it's okay. Only reason you would have to is like if it was a multiple choice question and the answers were all multiplied out.
Aaron had to order and did it wrong. I factored it out wrong.
Okay, so if we use the chain rule, which on some things you don't have to, but especially on things with cosine and sine, you have to use the chain rule. There's no other way around it. So f prime of x, what do I take the derivative of first? The little 3, basically, comes down in front, and it becomes 3x squared plus 2 squared. Then you take the derivative of what's on the inside, and that is 6x, and those are multiplied. So you don't have to, but normally you'd multiply those two together and make that 18x. And this is fine. If you multiplied it out, that's what you should have gotten. But there's nothing wrong with leaving it like that. Less chances of making mistakes. So you're okay?
Yeah, I'm making sure I did math right.
Oh.
I have the right numbers. Dang it. Whatever.
Okay.
I got my middle one wrong.
It happens. So first thing on this one is you'd rewrite it as 2x plus 5 to the what? 1/2. So I take the derivative of the whole thing first. So 1/2 goes out in front. Times 2x plus 5 to the...
-1/2.
Good, -1/2. Now the derivative of what's inside?
2.
Right. 2 times 1/2?
1.
It's just 1. So it's really just 2x plus 5 to the -1/2, but I cannot have a negative exponent.
Oh, great.
Oh, great. So what?
It goes to the bottom.
Yeah, just move it to the bottom. I can put it to the 1/2 or put a square root over it. Same thing. What's on top? 1. Not too shabby. How are we going to rewrite h of x?
2/3?
Yes, very good. So go ahead. I'm going to write down what you should end up with.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, no?
No, I was trying to figure out, I was like, I have to flip it. What is it going to look like?
Well, you can make that x plus 2 to the 1/3. That's the same thing as the cubed root.